shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain, game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
How are we all? Welcome back for the second show of tonight, and it is the EFL prediction show. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. If you are still joining us from earlier when we did our preview, our match preview ahead of this weekend's game against West Brom, I didn't let anyone know how I was going to predict it. Joe, who I was on with from Turfcast Podcast, another Burnley channel, he thinks it's going to end a draw. Which would still keep us unbeaten at Turf Moor, but it's two informed sides going at each other. And both first and second play in the Championship, play their games tomorrow, Friday night. Both teams as well at home. So it should be a very tasty top two games that we are set to predict. Last week was an absolute stormer for Anthony, and I know full well he'll be happy to hear that. He definitely was off camera anyway. And out of the 12 or 13 games that we predicted, he got 9 correct. He got 9. Me and Kate ended up with 6, which at the moment brings us to 74. Anthony takes the lead from Kate. He's on 74. Kate's on 72. And then I'm just making up numbers as usual. I'm 60. I've got 65. 65. I've got Anthony's age. Either way, we will be bringing him in very, very shortly. If you could do us a massive, massive favour, though. If you are new and you haven't watched us before, then please do drop a like on the video. Helps the YouTube algorithm. Also, subscribe to the channel so you can see more regular content from us. And also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we next go live, which funnily enough will be tomorrow night. We will be bringing you a live watch along of that Burnley versus West Brom game. Game kicks off at 8, but we'll be kicking off over on YouTube, Twitch and Facebook at 7:45. So join us then for that. You can find us on all our socials. I know it says it at the bottom of the screen where you can find us. But if you've missed it and you're thinking, well, I can't wait to see what's on the bottom of the screen, here's just a brief lowdown of where you can support Turf Moor House TV. And here he is, wearing his Premier League jacket. How are you doing, Anthony? All right?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. And you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Good. Battling on, as they say. But a good week for you. Very good week for you. Back at the top of the leaderboard. Kate'll be thinking, please don't get a nosebleed because you won't be there for long. But hey ho, we will see.
Well, you never know, Dan. Next week, you might get a couple of right and you might be on 69. So
he's the only one of them I'll be getting this year.
Going like, it's not too bad and all that sort of thing. Working hard, underpaid. The only thing that I got going for me is this at the minute, which I'm going to enjoy, is Papa John's, you know, and for the viewers and for Kate, you know, lovely, lovely pizza, ham and pineapple. What do you
Dirty,
say?
dirty
Um,
bastard. You
mm,
dirty,
oh,
dirty bastard. I
and I
can't
tell you
believe you've
what,
done that. I can't believe you've done that.
on a Turf Moor stream, eating ham and pineapple pizza. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh,
Oh,
wanker. Absolute tosspot. Who brings shit like that to a party? Who brings ham and pineapple pizza? Look at the images I get behind camera. Look, that's the stuff I get off camera. I'm surprised he didn't have his tackle out. Honestly,
really?
probably put pineapple on that for missus, put a pineapple ring round it.
Oh, boy. Oh, God, no. That would be pineapple. Would that be sour apple? Jesus.
No, Anthony, I appreciate it as much as you've got a load of shit in your mouth. But
Mm.
obviously an Arsenal supporter, but your hometown club, Bristol City.
Yeah.
I mean, they're struggling this season. Got to try and put some wins together now, haven't they?
They got to try and put some wins together. Yeah. I mean, we had a good win on Saturday. We beat Birmingham City 4-2. With all the stuff that's going around the ground at the minute, and like, you know, obviously in the back boardroom, with our £30 million in debt, and we've had a couple of injuries, but these players played really well. And also in the middle of the week, beating Swansea City 2-1 and knocking them out the FA Cup. Which then obviously we've gone into the next round, and we're facing West Brom in the next round. So it should be all right. I went to watch one of those games, at FA Cup game, City versus West Brom at West Brom's ground, and blimey, what a ground that is! Not and
The Hawthorns. It's
yeah, the Hawthorns.
the away end. The away end at the Hawthorns is horrible.
Oh, it is, and we had your favorite manager in charge, Steve Cottrell, and it was 2-2 that game, and then it went back to the City ground. I think they beat us 2-1 and knocked us out the cup. So, you know, but it was a good day out. Interesting.
See, I went
can't
when West
remember-
Brom had a lot of decent players. You know, they had the likes of Jason Kumas, Sultan Gira.
Oh yeah, that
I
Gira was
think they had
good player.
Dean Carley in goal at the time as well, I think.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. You know, they were very good. But you know, it comes to them all, doesn't it? You know, teams that sometimes get promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, they stay there for a while, they get relegated, and then they just fade out a little bit. I'm not saying that's happening to Burnley, because I think Burnley's doing a great job at the minute. You know,
At the minute,
But-
yeah.
yeah. But I didn't know how much you got for that Weghorst going to Man United. How much was that?
I think United gave about 2.5 million to Besiktas to end the loan, something like that.
Yeah.
I think they're paying all of Vegas wages while they've got him.
Yeah.
And I think they give us I've heard that they give us 2.5 million as well,
Yeah.
or they gave us 200k and said that they'll pay for his wages. So I'm hearing contrasting reports, but
I think it'd be 2.5. I mean, I think you signed him for, was it around about 15 million? You
yeah,
signed
there's no
16?
option. There's no obligation to buy him. There's no obligation to buy him at the end of it.
Oh,
So
no?
no. So
No.
it's just one of those where if he does well and United think, sod it, we want him, we'll keep him.
Yeah.
Then
That's
I
all
hope
right.
he goes and scores a shit ton and we get 25, 30 mil for him.
Yeah. I mean, he played the other night, didn't he? And they said, Man United fans said it was good. And then when he took him off, when he was subbed off, it went downhill, and Palace got the equalising goal.
It did. I watched it and I thought, I'll see how he does. He
Yeah.
lost. He lost. I think he was the player who lost most of his aerial abilities, aerial battles in
Yeah.
the game with 4. And then but the thing is, he is a ball to feet sort of player. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
and he did bring some of the players in. My only concern for United at that point was they took him off and then started playing long balls, which would have been better for him.
He would have been, yeah. Because
He's 6'6" lad. You'd have thought, right, Brill, get the long balls
the
in,
box.
even if he does knock it on.
Yeah.
There's players there that's going to get on the end of it, but now they brought McTominay on, and even Man United agenda was saying, it's gone piss poor since he came off.
Yeah, it
So,
did. Yeah, I was watching on. I was watching. Actually, I put a comment in there, and you put a comment straight
yeah,
after, straight underneath. I remember that.
yeah. Brad's in
Yeah.
the chat. He says Baggy's recovering well since they sacked 35 by her club Steve Bruce. Yeah, they have.
True.
Doing
True.
really well under Carlos Corberan. It says at least here we can talk about a team that wins.
Yeah.
Definitely. Even Brad's got the sick emojis out for pineapple on pizza.
Oh,
Dirt
cool.
box. Absolute
Yeah.
dirt box.
I just want to see what Kate's got to say about this. Pineapple on pizza is a winner. I mean, look at that. Look. Oh.
No, Anthony, just no. We don't do that. We don't do that shit. Sorry. It's a
Am I the first
no-go.
person that's ever done this on your stream?
What, that's ever sat on it, ham and pineapple pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the first. You'll be the last
Oh.
because I'll just kick the ex-fucker out. I'm telling you're lucky it's you.
Oh,
Without
good.
without you, actually, no. You know what? See in a bit, I've got a chance of actually winning the predictions this week. Or not. Luke's in. Evening again. Evening to yourself, Luke. Brad says he can't wait for the Nigel Pearson reunion next season. Well, you never know. The way it's going at Leicester at the minute. But then the way it's going for Bristol City. Who knows?
True.
Yeah, I agree. What Brad says there. Dan wins season 2 by default.
That wins 2 by default.
Even Andrew says pineapple on pizza is so wrong. It is.
Oh, it's lush.
Luke's asking Brad if they can have Chris Wood on loan. And Brad says he'd take him right now at Leicester.
Well, Man United were interested in him. They were the fans. Most of the fans were calling him CW7. What's that all about? Listen, we know what Chris Wood is like. He played for Burnley. And what was he like at Burnley, Dan? Be honest.
Be honest. Am I allowed to count the ones that were offside?
Yeah. You count whatever.
Oh,
whatever
right. Well,
wanna...
then he scored at least 300-400 goals then.
Oh, good. Do you know what? We had him at Bristol City, and he played. It was 38 games in that season, right? Because a few of them he was on the subs bench, he didn't play, and he scored 6 goals for us in one season. 6 goals.
Well, there's been a few seasons for us where he's hit double figures.
No, not for Bristol City when he was there, but he was only there for one season, and bang, he was gone.
Some players just don't work at some clubs. I mean, I know Brad will say about Akinbaye at Leicester didn't work out, big flop. And then also he had a bad career as well. But he
was
just
just at Bristol City.
Yeah, they were good at Burnley as well. That's what I mean. Just some players don't sit right at clubs.
No.
Even Luke says, Anthony, that's just wrong, eating a pineapple pizza. Just see, everybody is disgusted with your behaviour. Not just the fact that you sat wearing an Arsenal jacket and you're not covered it up this week like your Southampton one that you had on other week.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Did I have a Southampton one on, did I?
Yeah, if you remember right, you said afterwards, you went, did you see I kept going like this or I was sat like that?
No, I didn't remember now. You sure?
Aye, 100%. 100%. We caught a glimpses of it. Dan Noakes says there, Scott Twine's first debut tomorrow, got a 5 on a hat-trick at 100-1. Oof. If that comes off, mate, then fair play to you.
I got a bet on this game now, Man City and Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham was winning 2-0. He's now 2-2.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 2-2.
Wow. Did not expect that.
Yeah, they scored. Man City scored, I think, 2 goals in 5-6 minutes in the second half.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I can't
remember. Needed, though.
If anybody in the chat just put down the goal scorers for you got
I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'll have a look now. Where are we? City Spurs, 62 minutes in. Kulusevski made it 1-0, 44 minutes. Emerson Royale scored on the 45th +2.
Yeah.
51 minutes. Julian Alvarez made it 2-1. And then 53rd minute, so literally 2 minutes later, who else but Erling Braut Haaland grabbed the equaliser, assisted by Mahrez.
Yeah. So it looks like my bet might be coming in. I said 2-2. Haaland to score any time in the game.
I can't believe Casey even said that.
Delicious.
She's the only one. I don't know if she's talking about the pizza or you. Delicious, Anthony. See, look, everyone's saying here, pineapple on pizza means all scores this week should be null and void.
Fantastico.
Luke says the pick of him behind helps with this horrid behaviour. Saying you're the butter behind. Butter ding ding, $2.99. I won't say no more.
I didn't want that. It was my other half. She wanted that. So the missus.
It's a good picture of you, that body double.
Well, it's not me. It's actually the missus. I mean, she's she likes.
Oh yeah, it looks similar to that picture that had lights on over Christmas. I remember now.
Yes, there it is. That's on the other side of the room, and this is side of the room. So but yeah, she likes the forest, my missus. I can get away with that. She's upstairs.
Okay, says people are being a sheep because social media told them not to like it, bore off. No, bullshit. It's crap. Pineapple in general is shit, but pineapple on pizza is just rank.
Do you like cheese and pineapple then?
No.
Oh.
Nah, you're all right. You see, Brett's here. He says ham and pineapple pizza is great.
Yes, Brett.
It grates on me. Disgusting. Bloody rank.
So it's only me, Kate, and Brett that agrees with it then?
Yeah. Everybody else, according to Kate, is a social sheep.
Well, that's down to Kate, but you know, it's not my fault that me and Kate's got class out, and also Brett, you know, with our pizza.
Class. You won't know class if Pele were to walk up to you now and flaming kiss your shoes. Class. How the other half live? Luke says pineapple on its own I can eat, but mixed with crap I can't. Interesting.
Yeah.
Either way, we all know the rules. Ham and pineapple, it's a no-go.
Okay.
It's disgusting. That said, Anthony, you do a show on a Man United channel because you're weird. Talking about Arsenal, talking about obviously all things Premier League leaders. Let people know where they can go and show their support because you'll be doing your show tomorrow at 9, I guess.
Yeah, we haven't. We were supposed to do a show last week. It didn't happen because, like what Dan said, it's on a Man United channel called Football United TV. I host a show on there called Gunners from All Corners. We get Arsenal fan in there talking Arsenal content, having a bit of banter, and you know, and just having a laugh, and that's it really. But you know, if you haven't subscribed to it, you can subscribe. I read out everyone's messages, you know, and yes, but hopefully there should be one tomorrow. Fingers crossed. There was one last week because I found out at the last minute that Matt was fucking in.
There should definitely be one this week because it's Arsenal Man United. So
it should be, yeah, it should be because he's in bloody. He's living life of luxury in Spain at the minute. So.
Just no need for some people rubbing it in, is there?
No, there's not. No
need at all.
Spain.
Sun, sea, and suspicious YouTubers. That's what it is.
It is. Yeah. So if not, I'll most probably go. I'll most probably go onto somebody else's stream and give them shit. and,
Why not?
and yeah, I'm in pineapple pizza
He
as
is a
well. Whatever.
Bristol City fan, Andrew. He is a Bristol City
I
fan.
am a Bristol City fan.
I don't get this, mate. His Premier League team is Arsenal, but then where does your allegiance lie if Bristol City ever made the Prem and they was there with Arsenal?
Well, it would be Bristol City. What it is, where I live, I come from Bristol. My home team is Bristol City that I support. I also obviously support a Premier League team, Arsenal, because my nan came from North London. So there is a bit of controversy there. I do own City stuff as well as Arsenal, but this was the top. It was close to hand, and I put it on.
Why not? Why not? Either way, any team in red, it works.
I don't like Man United.
Especially not this weekend. Like you said, other Daniel, it will never happen. Has that changed a word? Like you said other day, it will never happen. What will never happen? Oh, yeah. So we had a discussion about you the other day, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my granddad goes and watches Padiham play, which is like non-league. Will never probably bump into any of our teams.
All right.
Padiham's only probably about a 15-minute drive, 20-minute drive. Not even that. It depends on traffic or whatever. And which part of town you live in. But where we are, probably about 15 minutes. So obviously with them being non-league, I thought, I said to my granddad, I'll come and watch one at games with you on Tuesday. And he said, yeah, that'll be all right. And I thought, well, for me, I don't see a problem with having a non-league team and having, your club that you support. It's not like I'm saying I support them. But what I said to Kate is, I said, they've opened up like a shop and they're selling like Padiham shirts for like 22 quid. And I thought, I might just get one because then you're supporting a team in the local community. That money's going to this team that 22 quid could be all the difference between, keeping the bar open or bums on seats at the stadium. So,
yeah.
But Kate argued that that no, you don't do that. You don't do this. You don't have two teams. And I'm like, hold on a minute. There's people around the world that will go and watch non-league football because it's how we grew up watching football.
Yeah.
You've got the shitty tackles, referees, and their crappy decisions. It's the football we all love, and you can vent a lot there. But now it's, with our normal teams and the actual football we watch, it's a bit more structured. Like she said there, Daniel said he'd get a Padiham scarf, and I said it'll be in the yard burnt. So I said, I'll get a Nelson one. She said, no, that'll get burnt as well. So, well, what about Colne? She just kept telling me they'll all get burnt. So apparently I can't have a non-league team.
Oh, blame me.
Apparently.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently. But I do it for the reason of my connections. That's what it is, really. So
yeah, I mean, my grandma's from Croydon. My dad's mum, she's from Croydon. She moved up here when she was 13. Don't know why. But yeah, it's just, come on, Luke, behave now. I'd rather see Anthony shovel another piece of ham and pineapple in.
Oh God, here we go then.
Yes.
It's orgasmic.
Sounds it.
How do you see?
It's right. It's right. See, Andrew says here, local non-league teams need as much help as they can. Doesn't change the club you are a fan of, but you are supporting your local community. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's if I was to turn around and say, I support Burnley and Manchester United, then I'd look a knob. like Bristol City Arsenal or Southampton or. But they're Richmond sausages.
Yeah. Big
But
hands, big pole. I'm not saying
but
goosing.
they're but yeah, non-league sides are good. Non-league sides
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
Kate says
But
support local and shop at local businesses. I'll happily take it. All right, so it's all right if we're going to a bakery and stuffing our faces with cakes that I don't really even like.
yeah. But
Turned
catch up on the scoreline. Man City is now winning 3-2 after being 2-0
it
down.
around.
Yes.
Oh, who's bagged the third?
Do you know what? I missed it. It was only because I just literally turned around to look at the score and I thought, bloody hell, it's 3-2.
It's all right. I'll have a look. 73 minutes gone. Mahrez, the assist for Haaland's goal. The assistant for Haaland's goal has managed to get one himself in the 63rd minute. Now 3-2. Right then,
Well,
shall we do some EFL stuff since we've
that's
talked
right.
pineapple
Yes.
pizza for half an hour?
Yeah.
Right, let's do the proper stuff. What we're here to do, and fingers crossed, you guys in the chat will all get involved and we'll have a cracking stream. As I say, we are going to be back tomorrow night to do the watch along for the Burnley West Brom game, which we'll discuss very, very soon. But yeah, there's what I think 12 or 13 games to go through, so we might as well crack on. Let's just see what these last two comments are. Luke says non-league football is great, better than watching Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, and that all the time. Kate says, okay, donate to Padiham and just don't buy the shirt. I went to Gawthorpe Hall, I paid her, therefore I'm supporting the National Trust in Padiham. But that's not supporting a local football club. That's what I'm saying. You supported something you're passionate in by going on a walk with your dad or National Trust or whatever, with your mum or whoever you was with, no matter what. No, it won't be. It won't be Burnt Yard. No, not having it. Right, first game. Kate's getting all those wrong this week. I say that half of mine I've predicted I've gone with her, so that's a bit shit for me to say. First up, then, a Yorkshire derby: Sheffield United versus Hull City at Bramall Lane. 7:45 kickoff tomorrow. As I said, both teams top of the table. The top two play tomorrow night at 7:45 and 8 o'clock. But this is the start. Sheffield United, Hull. Again, when it comes to derbies, form goes out of the window, doesn't it? And we've already seen this season, Sheffield United took a beating off Rotherham. And, when it comes to it, you'd like to see it Bramall Lane. This has got Sheffield United all over. Hull inconsistently inconsistent. I mean, I don't think I could call this one, to be honest. I'm going to say it now. I've gone on the fence with this one. But how do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, I mean, bloody hell, you look at it. Sheffield United second in the table. Shocking result that on the weekend, 4-0 Rotherham, and then it's derby coming up. Hull, we've talked about Hull, haven't we, with problems with what they've got there, but they've I think they've won a couple there, haven't they? They've won a game in their last 5. I know that it may have been last week, but I gotta be honest with you, Dan. This game I don't think is going to have many goals in it, and with Sheffield United being at home, I think they're just going to edge this one. So I'm going to go for a Sheffield United win. I think it'd be 2-1 to them.
Sheffield United win.
Yeah.
Well, you're not the only one. Kate's got, as much as she's not put it in the chat, Kate has gone for a Sheffield United win as well. So that's you and her both backing the home side in that one. Andrew says here the home win just too good for Hull. True Red says Sheffield United 2, Hull 1. Charlie, hope you're well, Charlie. He's a West Brom fan, so I've already seen his prediction for the next game that we talk about. He's going for 1-0 to Sheffield United though, and 2-0 Sheffield. Hope I'm wrong though. Claret 1 says, yeah, I've gone on the fence. I'm hoping that Hull will turn up in this derby and try and take the game to them at least. But we shall see. There's a reason I'm bottom of the predictions league, so don't hold it against me. Fingers crossed it comes off.
We try not to. We try not to win against you, Dan. You never know. You might be on 69, like I said, next week.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to wait a week just to get 69.
Oh God. Hey, I've been waiting for 44 years almost.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. Next up then, at Turf Moor, 8 o'clock tomorrow. As I said, join us here at 7:45. We will bring you the live watch along of Burnley West Brom and also keep you updated in what's going on over in the Sheffield United Hull game as well. I'll start early because I know Charlie put his in already. It's not letting me. Oh, what is this doing? It's not even letting me go up the comment. Yeah, it is. Score prediction for tomorrow: West Brom, a Jalbian fan. I'm going 2-1 for the Baggies. So Charlie's going 2-1 for the Baggies as well.
Yeah.
I mean, two sides absolutely banging form. I was talking about this earlier on the match preview. West Brom are unbeaten at Turf Moor in their last 3 visits. 2 draws and a win.
Yes.
Well, a win and 2 draws. The last game we played this season, obviously, drew 1-1. We conceded in the 94th minute conceding the 94th minute down at the Hawthorns, which is really difficult result to take on the basis of the game as well. I thought, to be fair, West Brom probably was the better side during that, and even that was under the manager previous to Carlos Corberan. So
yeah,
I just think at Turf Moor we're a different animal now to what we have been.
Yeah,
but I
mean, you're both.
this is another tough one to call.
It is a tough one to call, and I don't know if you noticed, but with Burnley this season, obviously you're doing well. You're top of the league, but is your away form slightly better than your own?
No. Our home form is
your
top
own
notch.
form is, yeah.
Our home form is top notch. The only problem that I've got is even against Coventry last week, we weren't at our best at all. In fact, we were quite poor. And this is the only problem I've got. I hope that we are not blowing out of our arse now for this. That first push, this second half just goes tits up. I do not want that.
No.
But for any West Bromwich Albion fan that is watching this, what I'm saying to you will fill you with confidence. We have managed to win games and played poorly in the last few games. You know, there's been some players that haven't been informed. Jay Rodriguez has been out of form. Ashley Barnes has been playing better. And at the start of the season, now we're saying, get Barnes out. He's shit. He's done for. Now, no. You know, I'll hold my hand up and say, why did I even doubt, you know, the legendary shithouse that constantly has bailed us out the shit for years in the Premier League and things like that. So I did go for a Burnley win.
Yeah.
As did Kate. But yeah,
it's really hard to call it. I don't want to.
It's the fact that it's Friday night under the lights at Turf Moor. It's going to be Baltic because of that, the snow and how it's been.
Yeah,
I just it just screams like that Burnley feel to it.
It does, yeah. But I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. There's 2 things I'm thinking of: either Burnley to win, or if not, I was going to go on the fence.
That's what I was told me.
Do you know what? I know you and Kate's gone Burnley, and I would like to join you and Kate for a Burnley win, but I'm going to go on the fence with this one, Dan. And I bet I'm wrong because I know I should have gone for a bloody Burnley win. But,
well, you never know. You never know. We could all be wrong. West Brom absolutely dick us, you know.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. Andrew says home win 3-1. Oh, I'll take that, mate. Claret 1 says 2-1. Charlie, the West Brom fan, says the game will be won and lost in the area of our fullbacks and your wingers, I think. See, like I said, I wouldn't be too sure with the way we've been playing. So fingers crossed. We've not played a game now for a week. I'm hoping that should have a good effect. And then we've got the FA Cup next week, so maybe a few of the first teamers rested. So all the more reason to sort of go for it in this one and try and get the result. Luke says, myself being a so-called fan, cough, cough, I better do this. Burnley 2, West Brom 0. Kate's happy about that. Claret 1 says, keep the faith. And Charlie says, heart says 2-1, head says 1-1.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
1-1 wouldn't be a bad result, 1-1 wouldn't be a bad result. We've got a cushion between us and Sheffield United, a cushion between us and third.
Yeah,
1-1's not a bad result
really,
at all.
No, and they really helped you out last week, Rotherham, as well, didn't they? So
yeah, big time. Drop the bastards down to 5th.
Oh god.
They're going to do a Preston, I'm telling you. I've said this at the start. They thought they'd won the league in September or August, whenever it were, and they were shouting "stop the count" and all that bullshit, from what your favourite team put out on T-shirts, and they ended up. They're going to do a Preston, sit in that playoff hunt for a good amount of time, and then just go from like, oh, we're up there, we're going down. Yeah. It's weird. Luke says, FA Cup, is that a new competition that's just been made? I can't for one think whether it was or not. I'm not sure.
No.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
I'd rather go out the FA Cup, to be honest with you. I know it's silverware when you win it, but
yeah,
when you actually Google it, and the winning team only picks up £2 million for winning the FA Cup. I know they get television rights and all this and that.
Don't they get a place in Europe as well?
They do, yeah. You go into Europa League as well. But I feel that any team that, I don't know, maybe it's me, but I feel like any team that finished in the Premier League, let's say the top 6 or maybe the top 7, I don't think they should go into the FA Cup. It should be from 8th down, and the rest of the teams in the league. Maybe it sounds stupid what I'm saying, but it just gives the lower teams a bit of a chance, though, doesn't it? To get far in a competition and get some money into the football club. So
yeah, it does. It does. Either that, or with like the Carabao Cup. Just don't include Premier League teams. Just do Championship, League 1 and League 2.
Yeah. And then it gives them a chance to go into Europe then, whoever wins it.
Yeah. It'd be a good financial packet for them. And then obviously teams in the Premier League don't have to focus on another cup competition because it's less games for them. So Jurgen Klopp can stop whinging.
Yeah.
And we can look at us. We'd sort out this FA headquarters. Not like these tossers that are there at the minute, absolutely doing naffle, changing the rules left, right, and centre.
Exactly. And scrap VAR because that's not important.
That's a bag of shite as well. Speaking of bags of shite, Norwich obviously sacked Dean Smith, appointed David Wagner, and he takes his side to the Coventry Building Society Arena, the CBS, as they call it. Or watching Coventry this season, you've probably got IBS. Because watching them this year, there's been a lot of shit to deal with. So, to be fair, Coventry fans will be very happy the way things gone at the moment with Doug King taking over, majority shareholder of the club. For me, Coventry have been doing pretty well. They found a bit of a revival, even in a negative situation with the Ashley practically trying to kick them out of the stadium. Mark Robin seems to have found a way with Coventry. And if Coventry can keep hold of Victor Gyökeres in this window, you'd have to say that with momentum that they've got at the moment, they're in for a good, maybe outside playoff hopes.
Yeah. It's like what you said about keeping their main player. Because there are a couple of clubs that's after him. You
Yeah,
just keep
yeah,
reading it and that sort of thing. But yeah, if he's key to that team. If he can keep them just for this season, I think Coventry City, they really do well, Coventry. But obviously regarding now, they're I mean, I know they're at home, and sometimes you've got to favour the home teams. But it's like what you said with Norwich, they've got a new manager in now with Wagner, and he's really doing really well. He's first. I think they won that game, won it? Norwich. I think they were losing. I think they come back and won it. But I know it's his second spell in charge, so and the team he's really changed that team around, sort of thing. But
yeah.
whether he can keep up this momentum of wins, and continue it forward. But yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go for a Norwich win on this one, Dan. I think they just edge it. Sorry, Coventry City fans, but I have given you quite a lot of wins in this prediction, Coventry.
No,
But
that's a fair shout. Fair shout.
not
Kate's
this
gone with
week.
you. Kate's with you.
Yeah,
She's on for a Norwich win. Johnny says he can't hear anything. I just muted myself there while Anthony were talking and asked Kate to turn the volume up on her phone to see if that was fine. Everything was fine from her end. So, like Kate said, might just be that you might need to turn your volume up, pal.
what it was, Dan farted. He didn't want anybody here on the stream, but that's why he went to
Oh,
mute.
rat ripper. It weren't me. It was Kate that messaged me a phone saying, "Can you just mute it a minute? I've got a rat ripper about to leave me
I'm
ass."
like, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then she put ... Not sure which one. Luke says Coventry 1, Norwich 1. See, that's quite funny actually, Luke, because I have gone for. I am on the fence. I am, and it's quite warm from where you were sat in the Burnley West Brom game. So thanks for warming me seat up before I arrived. So yeah, I've gone on the fence with this one. Andrew says new manager bounce away win. Charlie's gone for 2-0. I'm guessing 2-0 Norwich or 2-0 Coventry.
I think that's 2-0 Coventry.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Kate just with the usual slander week in, week out. You don't get any more brownie points. Well, you might have a few brownie points back in if you keep falling like that. Claret 1 says 1-1. Yeah, to Cov, Charlie says. And Johnny's gone 3-1 Norwich. He says his iPad was broke or is broke. However, it's a miracle. It's back alive. But yeah, so that's that one. Next up then on the list, Birmingham versus Preston.
Oh my God, what a goal. Mora made it 4-2, Man City.
Oh, you're joking.
No, he had the ball. He pretty much ran roughly by the halfway line, ran all the way down to the goal mouth. Lloris come out and he just literally dinked it over him and into the net.
Oh, wow. I mean, to be fair, they were saying that the third goal for City was the keeper's fault. But Mahrez again.
Yeah.
Mahrez again doing the biz. Yeah, Johnny says there it was 3-1 Norwich he went for in the last one. Yeah, Birmingham Preston. Preston had an outside chance of the playoffs, but even their fans don't believe they will make it there. Birmingham have done pretty well in this transfer window. They're signing players, either whether it's on loan or players on the cheap a little bit in this window. They're doing some work. I don't know. This was a very tough game to call. But it's at St Andrews on a Saturday, and Preston away from home have just their away form to home form has just been phenomenal.
It is, yeah. And Birmingham's one of those that can play well for a couple of games and they go on a real downer and start losing. And then when they do, they pull something out of out of the bag in one particular game where you don't at least expect it, and normally it's
Yeah.
against a top team. But unfortunately, Preston, they're a good team, but they're not a top team as in such, are they? If you know what I mean.
No.
And so I mean, and Birmingham, they got a drum in last week. Obviously Bristol City beating them 4-2 the weekend. I'm going to go for a Preston win on this one, Dan. I feel
Well,
that they're in going form.
with the first one that we have all agreed on. We have all agreed on it. Johnny's gone for Preston 4-0. Claret One
Yeah.
says 1-0 Birmingham. They could have scope for that. Could have scope for that. But yeah, Kate's gone for Preston. You've gone for Preston. I've gone for P&E as well.
I mean, Troy Deeney scored against us, and that was a penalty. But let's just say if it wasn't a penalty, he didn't score it. I know I moan about Bristol City's defence, but they didn't play that bad, to be honest with you, in that game. And
no,
they simply marked Troy Deeney out of the game. So, I mean, it was just a penalty. I mean, you know, it's 50-50 whether you're going to score a penalty or not. But unfortunately, he did. But, you know, it wasn't their game on the day. So it was good for us in one way.
yeah, definitely. Luke says Birmingham 0, Preston 3. A lot of people going for our scores in this one. Andrew
Yeah.
says Preston better away from Deepdale. Yeah, as we said, and Brum have been poor recently, going for an away win to Preston. So yeah, a full house for P&E. Now, two sides in absolute dire straits. Huddersfield Town have been doing some business in January. They've signed Matt Lawton on loan from Burnley. They've signed Martin Waghorn on loan from, I think, Derby. I'm not sure, or somewhere. It might have actually been Coventry. I think, yeah, from Coventry. Sorry.
Yeah, he did play for Derby though.
Yeah, Blackpool. They've got their striker Josh Bowler back, who they sold to Forest. Then Marinakis ended up saying, "Oh, we'll just send you to Olympiacos instead." Wasn't working there, so he's now back on loan at Blackpool. However, him and Jerry Yates, who have been playing pretty well up front for Blackpool, it's just that they're not getting the service, or Blackpool aren't playing that well. Such hit and miss results. They'll be expecting them to start firing on all cylinders sometime soon. This is the game to do it.
Yeah.
You're up against a relegation contender. Nobody wants to lose this game. You've got a point to prove. These are the games where you either need 3 points, or if this finishes a draw, neither of you deserve to be in this division.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's like what you said with Blackpool bringing back their old striker. And it's like I watched your stream. I played it back to you. Did the bottom six as well.
Yeah.
And obviously I had to go on Chris's channel, if not, because you know I would have been on, Dan.
Yeah. It's all right.
And I gotta be honest with you. I think the guy that supported Blackpool, he was talking a lot of good stuff. He was open up and he spoke well about his team. I've always said to you, Blackpool, even though they got their old striker back, but even without him, they were such a good attacking team. The downfall with Blackpool was where they were good in attack, they didn't finish off their chances. That was the only problem with Blackpool. I think in this game, I think they're going to play well against the Huddersfield team. I'm going to go for a Blackpool win on this one.
I was just going to say, because they have just sacked Michael Appleton, haven't they, over the last couple of days? And today, about 10 past 4, they announced Mick McCarthy as the manager till the end of the season. So they've given it to Big Mick from Barnsley. He's going to go in at Blackpool and try and sort it out. So he's going to go in there with Terry Connor, as he usually does.
Dan. Not only do you sound like him, you bloody look like him.
You cheeky bastards. But, I think a good appointment for Blackpool, an old school manager that's been in and around teams that have had to fight off, relegation and stuff, and has really turned them around. Luke says it there. He's gone for Blackpool to win 1-0. Kind of hate both teams. Mick McCarthy will say. Blackpool, he believes.
I think he can do. It's a shame, really, that they couldn't get somebody like that towards the end of last year, like December, Christmas time sort of thing, and where they could have played a few games underneath him and picked up a few points and just gradually creeped up the table. And I think Mick McCarthy's quite good at doing that. We've seen him on a number of occasions, him doing that when he managed in the Premier League,
Yeah.
with Wolves and Sunderland and that. So I think Blackpool's got a good appointment there. A good guy, experienced, knows his stuff, and I just wish him all the best on that.
Yeah, I hope he does well for Blackpool.
Yeah.
As much as we had a bit of a rivalry and stuff with them when we played them and drew 3-3, I've still always had like a bit of a soft spot for Blackpool when they were not in the Premier League and stuff. But Claret One says there, oh my God, come on, Huddersfield. Andrew says draw 2 poor sides. Kate went with a draw. I say Luke went with a 1-0 Blackpool win. I was with you. I went for the pool. I went for the pool to win. Yeah, I just think again, when I was speaking to Ryan, a Huddersfield fan, and because he was in that show as well for the teams in the lower half.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
and even he said he's not all that confident.
No.
He's not that confident being away from, the John Smith Stadium. So Blackpool Bloomfield Road, it's gonna be a tough game, but I do think either way, one side is gonna nick this 1-0. Knowing our luck, this is gonna be a game of the weekend. That's shit ton of goals.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you've definitely got the game on Friday night. I know it's you in West Brom and Sheffield United in Hull, but the game to me is bloody. It's got to be Burnley and West Brom. See, now I got Sky Sports main event, and I bet you, if I want to watch that on a Friday night, it'd be bloody Sheffield United in Hull, and they won't show the Burnley game, I expect.
No, Burnley game is on Sky.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. So I would prefer to watch that.
So should be a good one. Should be a good one. As I say, doing the watch along for it, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Next up then. We all know who I'm backing in this one.
Yeah.
Come on, the City. Come on.
Come on, the City. Yes.
I don't really need to say much about this from my point of view.
No,
I'm going to start changing the name when I do these. I'm gonna make an edit up where I can change the name so it just says what I got written down here on paper. I can't keep saying these slanderous words. I'm going to get demonetized putting words like that up. It's a disgrace.
Disgrace. Yeah, I think obviously with the Bristol City, we're carrying injuries at the minute, and there's bad times going on at Bristol City at the minute.
Yes, Andrew.
Well, Andrew. But it's like what I said. They did really well against Birmingham, and they did play really well against Swansea, and knocked them out the cup. I feel that this is a good game. I've watched Bristol City down in Ashton Gate quite a few times against Blackburn, and we've beaten them more than they've beaten us the times that I've gone down there and watched it, and that's true. I'm going to go for my own team on this one, Dan. I'm going to go for a Bristol City win. And do you know what? If I get the score right, would you give me an extra point? Against Blackburn.
No.
Oh,
because you're already fucking miles ahead. If you were in my position and I was in your position, I'd have probably gone, why not?
Do you know what? I tell you what. If Kate agrees with it, have a word with Kate now because you're bottom. Predict a score, and if you get the score right, you get an extra point on top of the win.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of doing next year. I'm thinking of going to introduce that next year where people have to give a score line, and that way, if they get the score right, they'll get like an extra 2 points. But if they get just the result either way, they'll just get the 1 point.
Yeah,
it adds more emphasis to it.
Yeah, and to be honest, Blackburn, they're the only team I know. The last time I checked, their goal difference was on bloody 0, and they were third. And I thought to myself,
no, I think Oh,
Was
in
it?
fact, it'll be definitely worse than that because of they got dicked by Sheffield United, by Rotherham, didn't they? So they're on
What?
-4, sat in 5th.
-4. So in all fairness, so what I'm going to say now is, well, Rotherham's ranked by where City is. So if it was 4-0 to Rotherham, do you know what? I would say I was going to say 2-0 to Bristol City, but I think I might up that. I might give Blackburn a goal here, but I'll say 3-1 Bristol City.
Can't
But it's
believe you've
still a
been giving
win.
him a goal, man. What are you doing? What are you playing at?
Yeah.
No,
I think
we're
that Dan, I think because it's my team and the team you hate, I think have a word with Kate now, and I think if you go for you've gone for a City win, which you if they do you get a point, but you should go for a score line, and if you do, we'll give you an extra point. Come on,
nah. I'll save it for next year.
you
I'll save it for next year. I'll
all
save
right
it for
then.
next year because
It's
I'm
just a
gonna do like an actual like table and chart, and then
table.
I can empty,
Yeah,
I can add it all in and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I'm gonna try and do something like that next year, but I'm gonna try and get used to working it and managing it and
yeah,
what have
yeah.
you. And at least that way, if it's saved on computer, I don't have to keep peeing about with papers and writing stuff down and
Yeah,
getting
that's
wankers
true.
cramping my hand,
All
uh,
right then.
which
But
happens on the
come on,
regular. Big
City.
Nips is in the house. Big Nips, get them
Nipper.
big nips out. Nipper.
Oh, blimey.
The
I
Shama
had a
Lama
booster.
is in the building.
No,
We go together like Rama Lama Lama, a Shama da Ding Dee Dong.
God, God.
Here he is. Big Nips
You
in the
call him?
hizzles.
Oh, God, don't say that. I get a vision.
What, a Big Nips?
Big nips.
Luke says Bristol City 2, Blackburn 0.
Yes, yes,
Yes, get in.
yes. I reckon it'd be by
Nippon
two
has to
goals.
be different, doesn't it? It has to be different.
He does, yeah. It's because you keep calling him
Boo!
big nips.
Big Nips is not going to be called Sharma Lama anymore. It's just been called Drama Sharma, coming out with shit like that. No need, Nippon. No need. Either way, that we are all in unison that Bristol City will get that win, and that's a bloody good sign for me.
You
Next
do
up,
know that Nippon's a train spotter. You do know that, don't you?
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I've seen him once before when obviously at Bristol Temple Meads, and he was just stood there. I didn't even know him then, and then when I started streaming, and then he came onto a stream, I thought, what the bloody hell have I seen? Do you know when you see someone, you think, hang on, I've seen this person before. I could,
yeah.
and then I remembered. Then it was on the train station.
Big Nips at Bristol Temple Maids, living the dream. Um, Cardiff against, well, against somebody that you really clearly have a hatred against. Cardiff against Millwall. Cardiff, Millwall sat in 8th,
Yep.
39 points, only 3 points off the playoff places.
Yeah.
And Cardiff are literally scraping the barrel by the skin of their teeth. They are 3 points above 23rd and 22nd place, and they are 21st and just above that relegation drop zone.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nathan on that lower league mid-season review, and he said we are fucked. Basically, he said we are naff, we are shit, and even he predicted his own team to finish the end of the season in the relegation zone, which just goes to show how bad things are at Cardiff. And if they didn't have Callum Robinson up front, they'd be screwed even more. Millwall, as much as I know you hate to probably admit it, are doing fine this season. Sat in 8th.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to bite the bullet. I know I can't bite the bullet regarding Blackburn, and never will, but
I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying, Dan, and that and Cardiff is really struggling. I can't remember who their manager is now.
They ain't got one.
They ain't got one.
Well, maybe they sacked Mark Hudson recently.
Yeah. Well,
and they still wait to appoint someone.
Yeah, maybe they should get on the phone and give Ollie at the Will a call. And
well, apparently, rumor is they're after. They might be bringing Neil Warnock out of retirement.
Oh, well, if they do, that's down to Neil Warnock. I know he hates staying at home. He likes.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he likes being But there's a drive though, isn't it? All the way from Cornwall into Wales. Yeah, that's where Neil Warnock
Bit.
lives in Cornwall. Yeah, but it's like what you said. You're going to have to bite the bullet, really, and I think I am going to have to bite the bullet. Bloody hell! I know what the missus feels like now. There's, so do you know what? I'm going to have to scrape it through. I want to go for a Cardiff win, but I'll go for I'll go for a Millwall win. Bastards.
Again, a team we have all agreed on. We have all gone for Millwall.
Yeah,
Kate's got, like I said there, Kate, just confirmation that Kate's gone for Millwall. Luke's gone for
yeah,
Millwall. Claret
yeah.
One says Cardiff to win because I predicted them to stay up. Fair enough.
Fair
And
enough.
Andrew says sacking Hudson could maybe get a reaction. Millwall seem to falter away from home win, so gone for Cardiff in that one. Yeah, I suppose when sacking the manager could be, the
Yeah.
catalyst to set Cardiff on their way. Maybe we shall see. All will be revealed this weekend. Next up, though, we have QPR against Swansea. It is 12th versus 11th. Literally
Yeah.
a point between the two sides. Swansea have the better goal difference. They have +2. QPR are -3.
Yeah.
But again, two sides that are probably inconsistent. And you probably, I mean, at the beginning of the season, both sides were flying.
They were.
We've
They
got
were
that
up near the
midway
top.
point, and it's almost like,
Yeah.
meh.
That's what I mean. That we always say, and obviously, me being a Bristol City fan and experienced the Championship longer, because obviously you got to think, obviously your team, Burnley, were in the Premier League, and you've been in there before the champion, and it is such a bloody hard league. It's
Oh
unreal.
yeah.
And the only way out of it, the only way you get out the championship is either promotion, and as we know, or relegation. But I think with this game is, do I go on the fence or do I favour QPR? Oh God. Do you know what? I'm just going to favour QPR. I'll go for a QPR win.
Gone
And
for a QPR win.
yeah, I was going to go on the fence. I bet
Don't
no, I
worry,
might
you're not
not.
alone. You are not
No.
alone. You have been joined by moi. I have gone for a QPR win as well.
Yeah.
I think Kate's only just put a comment in, which means it'll probably pop up in a minute. But yeah, Kate went for a draw. She's gone on the fence. Max is in. Hull fans, big up, fella. Never mind, big up. Your players better fucking belt up and do the biz against Sheffield United this weekend. Got high hopes for your fellas. Luke says 1-1. Yeah, I can see it. Chris has said, evening lads, hope you're well. All good from my end, Chris. All good from my end. Hope you are well. Max says predicting 2-2 if we get the first goal versus the Blades, but 2-1 if we don't. Well, it could happen. Could happen. And you dirty. Wow. Horrible git. Stoke Reading, you dirty bastard. 365. Reading 14th in the table. They dropped off midway through the season. 37 points for them. 20th though is Stoke with 30 points. I don't know why I went Stoke. With 30 points, -8 goal difference. Reading have -7, but are 7 points above them. Table, we've seen this year, even with the Premier League and the Championship, that it's just how you perform on the day.
Yeah,
but I agree with what Andrew's put here. I do agree with what Andrew's put here. Stoke at home are terrible, and he's back Reading to win 2-0. I mean, how do you see it?
Well, for that, Andrew, guess what? There's a bit of pineapple.
Dirty bastard.
You know what?
Because he's a horrible git, Max. That's why.
Oh, it's lovely. This game is Obviously, Reading's in a better position than Stoke in a minute. But trouble is, though, we've seen this tie before, and we've seen this in the Premier League.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
Reading was in there, and they always seem to either get a draw, or if not, Stoke could just edge it with the win. And do you know what? I'm gonna go for the underdog here. Because it always helps to go for underdog because it helps boost up the points and the morale. I'm gonna go for a Stoke win on this one, Dan.
Stoke win. Wow. Well, we were. The only person to back Stoke. You are on your own with it.
Yeah.
Andrew says he obviously a 2-0 Reading win. Kate's gone with a Reading win. Luke's gone for Reading 3-1. Even I've backed Reading.
Mm.
So you are on your own with Stoke. But then, that's why we do these predictions. It's all just a
Yeah.
guessing game. And who knows? We could be sat here eating humble pie by the next prediction show. Swiftly moving on then. 3 games left to cover. And we will wrap this up. But Watford versus Rotherham. Rotherham in 19th on 30 points, minus 7 goals. Watford in 3rd on 43 points, plus 5. This has got a home win written all over it, hasn't it? Slaven Bilic's
Yeah.
men doing the biz. Even though Rotherham have found form, but that form has been at home.
That form's been at home, and also it will come to an end. And I think Rotherham after this game, they'll start gradually fading down, and then they'll start gradually picking up towards the end of the season. They always do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for a Watford win here. Do you know what? He is a good manager. I think sometimes he gets he's underrated, in my opinion. Sometimes.
Well, yeah, he did
You
a
know.
good job at West Brom, and then he got that draw against Manchester City and got sacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, make it make sense.
That's right. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a Watford win, and it just seems like the players like him there. They know how he wants them to play. They like his tactics. They like um his strategy and all that there. So I think this is a team that's going to be in the Premier League next season.
Yeah.
Watford, and Burnley, and maybe Sheffield United most probably might go up via through the playoffs.
I think the playoffs is going to be interesting with the teams up and around there. You've got Watford, Borough, West Brom, Norwich. I'm not even counting Blackburn because they'll drop off. But outside chances: Millwall, Luton, Sunderland. Even Swansea. But I just think Swansea's too inconsistent. Who knows? But people in the chat have gone for Watford win. It's a full house on the Watford wins. Me, you, and Kate have all gone for the same. It was Andrew's the only one who's gone for something different. Gone for a one apiece.
One apiece. Oh, right.
One apiece. Even Luke's gone for a Watford 1-0 win as well. Moving on then. Wigan against Luton. Well, we don't need to say where Wigan are because they're rock bottom. And they have been very poor this season. However, they are only 4 points off safety. But yet they don't look like there's a win coming anytime soon.
No.
Not from anywhere. And especially against the Luton side, sat in 9th, 3 points away from the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's, for me, even at the DW Stadium, it could be one of those where Wigan give them a game, but Luton will be too much for them, in my opinion. And that's why I personally have gone for a Luton win in this one. How do you see this?
I'm with you, Dan, on this one. I'm going for a Luton win. It's that Calo Toure. He's there at a poor Wigan team at the minute, and he's just going to be there. He's just going to try. He's going to try his best, but unfortunately, his best ain't going to be good enough, and they're going to go down. But if they keep him there when they go down to League One, I think he'd be a better manager with that team in League One, and they'll get promoted back to the Championship. That's what they are now, Wigan. Where they used to be in the Premier League, down into the Championship, they go League One and Championship. It'd be that sort of thing. It'd be like a Norwich City in Championship and Prem. It's always that's what Wigan is, but with the other two divisions, in my opinion.
No, that's a fair shout. Full house for Luton. Kate's gone for a Luton win as well.
Yeah.
Claret One says, feel sorry for Wigan. Hope they can get something. Well, they are linked with their former player from Joe Geldart from Leeds. They're linked with him. To be fair, Blackburn wanted Joe Geldart on loan, but it seems Joe Geldart has chosen or would prefer to go back to Wigan.
Yeah.
Which speaks volumes, really. When there's
It does. It does. Yeah.
a team in fifth, a shithole in fifth, can't even sign a player on loan because he'd rather go to the team rock bottom of the league.
Yeah.
I mean, spells trouble at the mill. Luke's gone for Luton 3-0. I think it's going to be a big scoreline. Get your predictions in for this one as well. But it is a full house for Luton. And on to the last game. A northeast derby on Sunday, dinner time. Sunderland against Borough. Again, should be tasty. Sunderland at home, sitting in 10th position, 38 points. They're looking to obviously get themselves into the playoff hunt. Borough up to 4th, even after the season they had, languishing towards the bottom, looking crap at the start under Chris Wilder. Michael Carrick's come in and worked wonders for them. It seems to have got them up there. They're only a point behind 3rd place, +9 goal difference. Remarkable turnaround for them. But this is a northeast derby. Points, places,
Derby, and anything can happen
exactly
with Derby.
does not mean shit. Doesn't mean shit.
No, and it doesn't. Do you know what? We've just hit the nail on the head with everything with these two. Derby don't mean shit. There's who's better on the day, and that's it. So I would like to go to see Middlesbrough. Which do I edge Middlesbrough or do I go on the fence? Because I can't really see Sunderland winning this game. The most they get out of it is a draw. But do you know what? Sorry, I'm going to go for a Middlesbrough win on this one.
Going to go for a Borough win.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have been joined by the lovely Kate. Kate's gone for Middlesbrough as well. She's joining you for the away side. Andrew's gone down the middle. Two teams going well, 3-3. Claret One says 2-2. I've been the Muppet that backed Sunderland. I just think at home, Stadium Alert absolutely rocking for a game like this.
Yeah.
I think fans behind them, they should do well. And that Ross Stewart they've got up front as well. Fantastic player. If he can find form in this game, better, I think he's already a cult hero at the Stadium a lot. But get a win in this one, and you put your name up in.
So I went for Middlesbrough. But if you know, Kate went. She goes for Middlesbrough quite a lot as well, and I noticed I do. So do you know what? And having this pizza on this stream, it must be the pizza and the pineapple on it. It's sending out good vibes.
Good vibes, my ass. That's why you're down here and the missus is upstairs giving herself good vibes.
Oh, God.
Just rinse that under tap for me before you go sleep, will you, love?
Oh, God. Bloody hell. I could get a new brick and acid cleaner on that if it was like...
Well, that is this week's predictions. As I say, I have a mountain to climb to get myself involved. I thought last week it was looking like, I'm creeping up. I was creeping. But no, I'm nowhere near. And I've just got to hope that you have a shit week at some point. And
I was really surprised because we went quite... I think there was 13 games last week, weren't there?
So how many did we go for together? One.
I think like good 7,
2,
like 8,
3,
7,
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7.
7.
7.
7.
But hey ho, we will try again, and then there's always next week. Oh no, I say next week.
No, it's
I do.
FA Cup.
Well, no,
No, it's not. Sorry, that's the
no,
week after.
no. It is FA Cup for the teams that are still in it. The Championship is still going ahead.
Ah, right.
The Championship is still going ahead next week. I'll just make sure actually. So there is teams in. Oh, why am I on 11th of Feb for Clampit? Saturday 28th of Jan. So yeah, there's FA Cup Championship games still going ahead. Not that many actually.
Like 6 games.
Is there any on Friday? No, none on the Friday. On the Saturday there is. Because there's still teams in the FA Cup. So the Championship, there's Coventry Huddersfield still going ahead. Hold on, Coventry Huddersfield. Yeah, because it was meant to be Preston Coventry.
Mm,
But now all the games have changed. And
yeah.
I've got them all written down here, the ones that have been postponed. Bloody, it made me hard work. I'm going to have to sort it all out now.
Yeah.
But it's not that many to cover, actually. So I don't
No.
know whether you want to sort of scrap it to the week after, maybe, and just have a break. I don't know. We shall
That's up,
see.
that's up to you, Dan. I'll do whatever what you want to do. I mean, I
I mean,
normally look at
I'm in Ipswich next weekend for the FA Cup tie. I'm me and Kate and the kids are going to
yeah.
Ipswich. So Kate's got the nice task of a 5-hour drive. So, and then 5 hours back. So should be interesting.
That's a bloody long. What, 10
It's
hours
yeah.
drive? Yeah, that's gonna be long. You'll have to treat her like a princess that weekend, Dan. You're gonna have to, aren't you?
What's that?
You'll have to treat her like a princess that weekend after the game on Sunday.
Yeah,
You'll have
yeah.
to.
She'll have to treat me like a princess.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, I know, because the thing is, I need a ring light, but because I wear glasses, like I say, if I have my glasses straight, all you see, you don't get to see much. So I hold my head like that, and I've tilted my glasses up.
Yeah. I
But I'm
think you could
sure
buy
if I had a light,
what are those cheap things you can put in front of your glasses so they look like sunglasses sort of thing, so you don't get the glare.
oh yeah, it's just like an anti-glare thing, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, you can get them just to clip on top of your glasses. So
I'd look
you know,
around, knob. I'd look like you eating flaming pineapple pizza.
oh well, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Oh
new.
well.
I don't
Andrew
look a
says
right.
there, good laugh as always, guys. Enjoy your weekend, everyone, and as always, up the clarets. Up the clarets, indeed, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Yeah, UTC at the
But
city.
yeah, have a safe trip. Have a safe trip tomorrow. What time are you setting off? Actually, if you've not gone already, what time are you setting off? Because Andrew lives up in Scotland and he comes down for every single Burnley game.
Does he?
Yeah, does the travel. Are you staying
Oh,
overnight,
blimey.
Andrew, as well, or are you driving back straight after the game? Let us know. Let us know with it being Friday night. But yeah, thank you very, very much, everyone, for getting involved in the predictions. Really do appreciate it, as I say. So thank you for the support as always. We will be back. We will be back tomorrow. As I said, join us for the live watch along. Burnley versus West Brom at Turf Moor. Game kicks off at 8 o'clock, but we will be going live at 7:45. So there's always one. But he's
What did I do? Did I go on the fence for that one?
5:30. 5:30 going via Newcastle for work. I'm staying over. Oh, that's not too bad then. That's not too bad. And Clark one says, I wear glasses, mate, so understand. The thing is, I bought a webcam. I've got the light on, which is pretty much like above my head. As you can see, like when I tilt my head up, it's a lot brighter, but I don't understand it. Like, I think I just need a ring light or something, but it's just, I hate having like that Sonic ring look when you've got a ring light on it background.
Oh God.
Either way, Anthony's got dirty thoughts about a fleshlight in his mind now. So let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Anyway, till either next week or the week after, we shall see. But join us then. Join us tomorrow. Don't forget, join us tomorrow. And yeah, we will have a laugh. I am going to have a chat with the Arabs about the PSG game. Maybe I'll chat with them about a few things. But until then, see you tomorrow, 7:45. Thanks for watching. And yeah, see you guys soon. Have a good weekend.
Bye.